Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss the poem The Bangle Sellers. Any idea regarding who has written it? Yes, it's written by Sarojini Naidu and the title of the poem is really very inspiring. You must remember that before starting a lesson or a poem or a chapter, whatever it is, you must know what you are going to read about in it. So let me give you a brief summary or brief idea regarding what is this poem all about. The poem Bangle Sellers opens up with the bangle sellers who are going to the temple fair to sell their bangles. It is of great significance. This poem is of great significance because it represents the life of Indian women, their cultures and traditions. This poem is the story of the life of bangle sellers who go to the temple fair and urge the passers or the visitors to look onto their beautiful bangles and buy them for their daughters and wives. It's really significant because it is attached with their emotions and somehow shows the transition of the life of a girl from young to old. This is all about the life of bangle sellers and how the bangles represent the transition of life of a girl. So, first stanza of the poem is, bangle sellers are we who bear our shiny loads to the temple fair. Who will buy these delicate bright, rainbow-tinted circles of light? Luscious tokens of radiant lives for happy daughters and happy wives. This is the first stanza. Now let me explain this to you. So in this first stanza, the poem begins or opens up with the bangle sellers. These bangle sellers are present at the temple fair to make a trade for their bangles. And these peddlers enumerate the qualities of the bangles by using the adjectives delicate and bright. So they urge the onlookers to look onto the beautiful bangles and buy them for their daughters and wives. It somehow or the other is linked with the transition of the life of a girl from young to old. So basically when the poem is given in one voice, all the bangle sellers are emphasized in one voice to show that they all have the same purpose and the same goal. And the words, luscious tokens of radiant lives. These words give a peek into the Indian culture and also represent the significance of these bangles, how they are associated with human happiness and human prosperity. This is all about the first stanza. Let's move on to the second. It's generally not possible to remember the entire poem. So let me first read the second stanza aloud to you, then I'll be explaining it to you. So it is, some are made for a maiden's wreath, silver and blue as the mountain mist. Some are flushed like the birds that dream on the tranquil brow of a woodland stream. Some are aglow with the bloom that cleaves to the limpid glory of newborn leaves. This is the second stanza. Let me explain this to you. So the second stanza showcases the different types of bangles the bangle sellers have. Some bangles are made for the wreath of the unmarried girls or the unmarried women, whatever it is. So there are generally blue and silver colored bangles which represent the mountain mist and they are worn by unmarried girls. And there are also some light red and pink color bangles which are akin to the tender flower buds blossoming near the woodland stream. And there are also some green colored bangles which are glowing fresh and pure like the newborn leaves. So this stanza particularly represents the fact that in Indian society, most of the women, it's not most of the women, exactly women. So women generally wear different colored bangles in the different phases or stages of their life. And the second stanza here is all about the youthful stage in a woman's life. Let's move on to the third stanza. Reading the third stanza aloud first, then I'll be explaining that. Some are like fields of sunlit corn met for a bride on her bridal morn. Some like the flame of a marriage fire or rich with the hue of her heart's desire. Tinkling, luminous, tender and clear like her bridal laughter and bridal tear. Let's go for this explanation. Now here what happens is the bangle sellers are explaining that the bangles which are colored like the fields of sunlit corn are worn by brides in their bridal morning, and the deep red colored bangles are associated with the marriage fire or the marriage flame that is generally present in the traditional Hindu bridal ceremony. The red colored bangles are associated with the bride's desires, passion and excitement to begin her new life as a bride and a wife. The bangles are also associated with the adjectives like luminous, tinkling, tender, and clear. Here, these bangles make a comparison of the marriage flame with the bride's deepest desires. Then comes, what happens is there's the use of the phrase bridal laughter and bridal tear. It is also very significant because it represents both the excitement of the bride to begin her new life as a wife and a bride, as well as the sorrow from getting separated. from her parents and home. So, in this stanza, it is all about the transition of a young unmarried maiden daughter into a wife or a bride. Coming on to the last stanza, that is summer purple and gold flecked grey, for she who has journeyed through life midway, whose hands have cherished and love has blessed, and cradled fair sons on her faithful breast, and serves her husband in fruitful pride, and worships the gods at her husband's side. Let me explain this. So, in the last stanza, the sellers now explain or talk about the purple and the gold flecked grey bangles, which are generally perfect for the middle aged women who have journeyed halfway through life and have raised their children and a family. The women who have completed their duties as a housewife with lot of pride and lot of commitment and have showed devotion to God with their sincere prayers along their husband's side. Here the poet is trying to bring up or show up the qualities of a good mother and a good wife. And the use of the word sons in place of children here is satirical, which shows the acceptance of male child in Indian society at that time and age. So here we come to the end of the chapter. This is all about the chapter. If you have any doubts or need any clarification, you can comment me below. So please do like and subscribe my video and press the bell icon for the latest notifications. Bye bye.